Welcome back to another episode along this journey of the undervalued male. This episode is about the government's role and its plan against you. You would think that the government is the one in charge and calling the shots, but in fact, it's not. The government is more of a legislative and enforcer of the big three systems. They are responsible for making the rules and enforcing them upon you. The strong arm, the bully of the group, where a lot of the battles are fought. Your government isn't as good as you think, and it isn't as bad either. It's the steering wheel of the car. If the car crashes, is it the steering wheel's fault or the one holding the wheel's fault? Nevertheless, the government is a major entity and force in your life. You can't escape them. They make the rules and throw you in jail if you don't follow them. They represent the leadership in your country, so how do they benefit from you being emasculated? Again, surprise, surprise, you guessed it, money and the power to rule. Let's start with taxes. As previously stated, the average man will give at least half of his lifetime income over to the government through taxes, if you haven't noticed. Dang, that's a lot of money to give Uncle Sam so he can go trick off on other nations. Your government likes to spend a lot of money. Seriously, a bunch. They can do that thanks to you. The emasculated donkey who got good grades, did what he was told, and found a good job making at least $100,000 a year. Hopefully. Well, good for you. Right off the bat, you'll bring home about $75,000 and in some places $65,000. That's just for showing up and doing your job. Let's also add, you want a place to stay? That's taxed. Utilities for the new place? That's taxed. Cell phone? Taxed. A car? That's taxed all kinds of ways. Gas to go into that car? Taxed. Buying food and clothes? Taxed and taxed. See why they want you to work so hard? You are making it rain on them. Your whole life is taxed. Basically, you're working hard for them. They have this never-ending surplus of cash coming in from people like you to do whatever they want. It's not their money, so why do they care how it's spent? If they run out, they'll just tax you more. And you wonder why they don't even bother to teach you this in school. You wonder why your first paycheck you were so excited to get, you did the math and it was supposed to be $500. Well, you got your check and it was barely $300, if that. Who is FICA? Who is Social Security? If school was doing its job, you would have known all of that and it would not have been a surprise. But all you were told as a remedy is to work more, get a better job, and make more money, which inevitably means you pay more in taxes. You're a hamster running faster and faster on a hamster wheel, not to mention the loans. You definitely don't know how they work. Let's just say it's worse than taxes. See, you were doomed from the start. The next thing is power. School wasn't about power that much, but the government definitely is. They love power. The ability to tell and make people do what they want them to do without any fuss or fight is a sweet dream for the government. That's why it's an attractive path for weak people. It's not for the betterment of society, but I get to be in charge and have people do what I say. Much of our government is like that. Weak leaders produce hard times. But for you, the undervalued male, you're voting and funding all the mayhem and weak leadership. You don't have a clue what's going on in your life. You weren't trained to know. You're just trying to work hard and make the systems happy and proud, which they're not, nor will they ever be. To them, you are a pathetic fool, a means to an end. You really think the government cares about you? Have you not noticed how all these government programs are for everybody but you? How many men's programs are out there? Unless you're hooked on drugs or alcohol, good luck finding one. Even those are barely funded. Think about this. Prisons are full of who? Males. The majority of the homeless on the street are who? Males. The morgues are full of who? Males. Nobody likes you and is advocating for you. When are you going to wake up and realize that? What politician have you ever heard say, "Hey, we need to help the men"? The dang dog gets a shelter before you ever will. And that's the truth. You're just a pathetic cog to them that needs to work and shut up and pay for everything. Just vote for me and I'll make all your decisions for you, you imbecile. That's what all political ads should say, in my opinion. The government doesn't want a nation full of men. They want a nation full of weak, emasculated males. Emasculated males don't challenge and just works, looking to be accepted by people who will never accept them. You didn't do anything to anybody, but everyone wants to use you and doesn't care about you. It's almost like you're not even human. You're just a thing. See, you're more beneficial to the government that way. You won't challenge. You won't stand up for what's right or for yourself. Then can sell you a dream and never have to deliver. That's actually the church's jam, but the government borrowed it. If you think about it, you're paying them to monitor you, to be your babysitter. What are they actually doing? Defending and making things better for you? That's actually funny. Is this the greatest nation on earth? Yeah, absolutely. But remember, it's great because of we the people. You and I make it great, but it is quickly eroding. That's why it's imperative for you to become a man and a leader. Government is supposed to be there for you. Does it seem like that? Or does it seem like you're here for them? That's why you feel like your vote doesn't count, which it does. They just want you to feel like it doesn't so they can have low turnout at the polls. The lower the turnout, the higher the chance weak people and bad policies can get passed. Your representation and vote are part of your power, especially in local elections. I know you don't want to be involved, but you must be. The more men that get involved, the less likely we'll have this two-party system that acts like a gang, producing weak people to run and ruin our lives. Again, is government good? Well, it can be, but right now it's out of control because it's drunk off power and being used as a guard dog against you. But that guard dog has a leash and a master. If you listen closely to politicians, they'll tell you who they turn to for leadership and guidance, even mentorship. We will discuss the master in the next episode and start putting it all together on how they work against you more and more. See you on the next journey.